Welcome back to the realm of curiosities. Today we're going to talk about what happens to your body when you stop eating and how it keeps itself alive when no new fuel is coming in. This is not about missing one meal or following a normal overnight fast. We are talking about prolonged food deprivation while water is still available. Without water, survival becomes much shorter. During the first several hours, your body continues using energy from your last meal. Carbohydrates have been broken down into glucose, which circulates through your blood and powers your brain, muscles, and organs. As that supply falls, insulin levels decrease, and the liver begins releasing glucose from a stored reserve called glycogen. But glycogen is limited. Depending on the person, their activity, and what they ate beforehand, much of the liver's available supply may be used within roughly the first day. This also explains why early weight loss during fasting can appear surprisingly fast. Glycogen is stored together with water. When the glycogen is used, some of that water is released, so the first drop on the scale is not entirely body fat. During this early stage, hunger may arrive in strong waves. Headaches, irritability, weakness, dizziness, and difficulty concentrating can develop as the body adjusts to having no incoming energy. Once its easiest glucose reserve begins running low, the body activates its backup systems. The liver starts producing new glucose through a process called gluconeogenesis. It uses materials including lactate, glycerol released from fat, and amino acids obtained partly from body protein. At the same time, fat cells begin releasing fatty acids into the bloodstream. Many tissues can use these fatty acids directly, but the brain cannot depend on them in the same way. Instead, the liver converts some of the fat into molecules called ketone bodies. After several days, ketones become an increasingly important source of energy for the brain. This is one of the body's most important survival adaptations. By giving the brain an alternative fuel, the body reduces, but does not completely eliminate, the need to break down muscle protein to create glucose. In simple terms, the body is trying to protect its muscles by running more heavily on stored fat. But this does not mean starvation has become safe. As days become weeks, the effects depend heavily on the person's body fat reserves, hydration, health, temperature, medications, and activity. There is no exact number of days that applies to everyone. The body begins conserving energy wherever it can. Resting metabolism may decrease. Movement becomes slower. Body temperature can fall, leaving the person feeling cold even when everyone else is comfortable. Fat continues to disappear, but muscle is gradually lost as well. This includes more than the visible muscles in the arms and legs. The heart is also a muscle, and the muscles responsible for breathing can weaken. Blood pressure may fall, the heartbeat may become unusually slow or irregular, and standing up can cause dizziness or fainting. The immune system also becomes less effective. Wounds heal more slowly, and infections that would normally be manageable can become dangerous. As vitamin and mineral deficiencies grow worse, hair may thin, skin can become dry, concentration deteriorates, and normal hormone production may be disrupted. Eventually, when fat reserves become critically low, the body is forced to rely more heavily on protein. It begins dismantling its own tissues to release the amino acids needed to keep essential processes running. Weakness becomes severe. The risk of dangerous heart rhythms, infection, and organ failure rises sharply. Starvation does not usually end because the body simply reaches 0 calories. It ends because one or more essential systems can no longer continue, often involving the heart, the immune system, fluid and electrolyte balance, or several organs at once. And there is one final danger that seems completely backwards. After prolonged starvation, suddenly giving someone a large meal can itself become life-threatening. This is known as refeeding syndrome. When carbohydrates return, insulin rises and causes minerals, including phosphate, potassium, and magnesium, to move rapidly into cells. A severely malnourished person may already have dangerously depleted stores of these minerals. The sudden shift can disrupt the heart, lungs, nervous system, and fluid balance. That is why someone who has experienced severe starvation may require medical monitoring, with nutrition reintroduced carefully rather than being given as much food as possible immediately. The human body is remarkably adaptable. First, it uses the energy from your last meal. Then it empties its glycogen reserves. Next, it turns towards stored fat and produces ketones. And when those reserves are no longer enough, it begins consuming the tissues that keep it alive. Starvation is not the body shutting down all at once. It is the body making one increasingly desperate compromise after another, until there is nothing left it can safely sacrifice.